Hi everyone, my name is Simon Snelder and welcome to the 13th podcast. And I'm so excited because I have Debsena Chakraborty with me. She's the Vice President Business Development at mFilterIt. Welcome, Deb, because I will call you Deb from now on.
Thank you, Simon. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you so much for joining me. So I want to know your life story to start with. How did you end up in Dubai, and well, where were you born, and all of that? Who's your family?
I come from a very small town in India called Bansberia. This is around 60 kilometers from Calcutta. And I come from very humble upbringing. But I had parents who always thought girls should be educated, they should do what they have to, they should go and get all their dreams, try to achieve all their dreams. And they made sure that we had the right education, the right support from the family to go ahead and pursue our education. Uh, I did my engineering from Anna University in south of India. I got a job as an engineer, as a coder. Hated it. Ran away to Mumbai to get a job in the advertising agency, digital advertising agency to be precise. So ever since 2006, I have been in digital marketing and the digital industry. I have seen the entire evolution of mobile phones from those small Nokias to these gadgets that you have in your hand today. I've worked in multiple different platforms from Symbian to iOS, Android, and now I am working as a partner for advertisers to help them optimize their digital spends on marketing. Yes.
Well, that's quite a journey. And when you came to Dubai, how long ago was that?
8 years now.
Okay.
Dubai grows on you. I came here for 6 months, and I love this city. I just did not want to leave.
That's great. And yeah, I mean, over and over, I hear stories where people were not expecting to stay here very long, and somehow, years fly.
It does. It does. Dubai has so much to offer.
Yeah,
Especially as a woman, the security aspect of Dubai is amazing.
yeah,
I don't feel as secured in any other part of the world, and I have traveled a lot.
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely you can leave your doors open, and in that way you have 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. You can walk on the street, and you don't have to worry about what will happen.
Absolutely. You can't do that in any part of the world. And and uh, and that sense of security as a woman, it is a lot. So you have good job opportunity, good lifestyle, and then you have the security. So everything put together, it's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, good, 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 good to hear. And how did you start your journey as a digital marketing expert? So where did you feel like that you could add the most value in the digital part of marketing?
So to be honest with you, I have seen every aspect of digital marketing. It started off just selling games online. So those days you did not have a lot of different payment methods on your mobile. So we would just do billing through courier gateways, selling small games for 50 cents, $1. That went on to become streaming services, wherein I was part of a lot of OTT players, wherein we sold subscriptions. So understanding the entire value the user brings in, their lifetime value, how you optimize to get the best lifetime values, how much you spend, so cost per acquisition to lifetime values. Then it went on to doing product marketing, wherein you have a product and you take it to your customer and see how the customer behaves, whether you need to change something in the product to get more customers in. And slowly what happened is I created a portfolio that has seen every aspect of digital and could build on that. So today when I go to talk to a digital marketer with our products, I exactly know what they're going through, and it becomes a little easier to for me to talk to them.
Yeah. So that's good because then you kind of also know the ups and downs and the limitations that every aspect has when you have gone through your journey in the different parts of working in it. And also you can be realistic, right? With the people you work with.
Absolutely, absolutely. It helps you because you are then not talking as somebody outside the industry. You're not a salesperson anymore. You're more like a consultant. You know what they're doing. You know what it looks like. What can happen. How you can do it better.
Yeah. So let's talk about social media, the big magnet for digital marketing. What do you see is happening there, and how was the journey towards social media becoming such an important place for companies to spend their money to create traction?
You see, a lot of us today spend a lot of time on social media. Depending on what your target audience is, really need to be there to grab those eyeballs. What that also means is the cost to uh, get advertising space on all these social media increases drastically. Everybody is fighting for those advertising space, and not being there is not an option anymore. There were a lot of brands standing at the edge saying that we are not digital friendly brands, we will just do retail and that should be fine for us. COVID told us otherwise. COVID told us that if people do not want to go to retail outlets or cannot go to retail outlets, you need a place wherein you can show your brands to those users to be on top of their mind. Otherwise, they are not going to buy. There are so many options out there. Let's just take an example. Let's say this bottle of water that we have right in front of us. Today, if you go to a retail aisle, what you will see is at least 50 different varieties of water. Same thing on digital, right? If you're going to buy water on, let's say, noon.com, there's so many bottles out there. So you need to ensure that user remembers you. You need to be the top of the mind recall for the user. If they think water, they need to type in your name so that that's what they buy. It becomes very important. We also, as users, we go through a lot of ad fatigue. So basically, we kind of ignore ads being shown to us. Do you remember the last ad that you saw on digital? No chance.
No, and also I want to talk about that also with you. It's about maybe some of the restrictions that need to be put in place because a lot of times I put like the YouTube channel on for my daughter for cartoons, and if I look at what kind of ads they start to show there and how long, like 2 or 3 minutes, as well, they just become longer. I'm like, why are you targeting my daughter who's watching cartoons with like makeup and all that stuff? Yeah.
So if your daughter is using an account which is for a child,
No, no, it's
she
for my
might
wife.
not see it.
Yeah.
But if she is using from your account, they are basically targeting your profile and not your daughter's
No.
profile.
Okay.
That's point number one. However, there are a lot of restrictions, especially in developed countries, wherein you're not supposed to show an ad on kids' videos. Now, what does that mean? A lot of these creators, therefore, do not make money on those videos. To bypass that, what they do is they do not mark the video as a child video or for children. And therefore, they try to bypass that loophole to make some money out of the ads.
Yeah, look, on one side, I do want to, um, I don't mind paying even for Steve and Maggie. That's a specifically one channel, and the guy is just fantastic how creative he is, and he does all these different characters. But then you're right, it's the account for my wife that is actually the YouTube channel that is being used through the smart TV that was being accessed. So that's in the end who they're targeting. But yeah, I understand the reason now why they sending makeup and stuff like that to the account. Now I wanted to ask you also about the social media. What about organic content? How does the journey work with organic content? Because we have the advertisement space, which you can buy, and I guess it's becoming more and more expensive now that more people want to enter this marketplace. We can talk about that as well. But how does it work if you want to grow your brand more organic?
See, organic brands content is very, very difficult to grow, and it's a very long-term project if you have to look at it.
Thank you. So that's what I'm trying to do.
So you need to start creating content, creating relevant content, targeting it to relevant people,
Yeah.
and keep at it. You will not see success overnight, but when you start seeing success, it's going to be there. Organic content is becoming more and more important in today's world. I'll give you an example. All these startups, what they do is they spend money to make money.
Yeah.
So grow fast. That's the idea of most of these startups. Grow fast is not possible without spending money. So what you do is you spend a bunch of money on getting new users, but those users are going to go away the moment they're done. If you want loyal users, if you want loyal customer base, you need to create value for them, and creating value cannot be done overnight. Creating value takes time, takes money, takes energy, effort, everything. So long term.
Yeah.
Anything that you talk about organic, whether your organic search ranking or organic following on social media, these are long-term growth plans, and you need to carefully stitch your content around your user base to ensure that those users are coming back to your channels, coming back to your pages to get some value out of it.
Got it. So that's a long-term project. That's the first thing people need to know if they're willing to do that. And
No, there is no willing to do that. They have to.
they
do
have
that.
to do that.
Because
Yeah.
after a point of time, your marketing budgets are going to dry up.
Yeah.
It should, because if you keep spending $100 to get a user who is going to give you $80, you are $20 in the loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to talk with you about that as well. So just to finish a little bit about the organic, because I'm focusing personally more on the organic part. So I know that already this project has been going on for like 2.5 years now, and I don't care. I can go another couple of decades because, yeah, there's multiple factors in play, including the enjoyment that I get from making the organic content. But definitely I'm seeing a snowball effect over time. More and more you see also that that you get success also on the content that you made in the past, that it doesn't get forgotten. Well, what I wanted to talk with you about when it comes to organic is that sometimes people feel with organic that it needs to be super flashy or very like the best background, the best quality. Is that the case for organic to become relevant, or just add value? That's it.
Focus on your content. Everything else is extra.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have one light and one microphone, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have a mobile phone, you're good to go. And don't forget that. Keep at it. The money will come. The users will come. The ad revenues will follow. Brands will come to you. But keep at it.
Yes.
Don't wait for the right moment, for everything, for the stars to align. Do not wait for that.
That's fantastic. That's well said. So I hope a lot of people that are watching this are inspired to just do it. Make sure you focus on the content, like Deb is saying, and the rest will follow. But if you don't have a good story to tell, if you don't have that depth and that that structure that you can share, that added value that you give to people, then you might want to rethink if this is the right project, right?
To be honest, depth and width
Yeah.
both are important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there is a taker for all kind of content. All kinds of content have takers today. It's like, earlier we would go to a comic show, and some of us wouldn't like the comedian, and some people will come out laughing. Yeah, it's because content is not same for everybody.
Yeah.
We react differently to content.
True. But we all saw that initial Russell Peters videos on YouTube with bad quality. I don't know if you remember them. And they were just so funny. Like, who is that guy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's not just about funny. Even your content today, whoever is listening to it is your target audience. If you find the idea, and a lot of people have spoken about it, if you find 100 true followers, you're good to go.
That's great. That's great. So, yeah, that's a great piece of advice for people that want to start focusing on organic, or that are focusing on organic but want to just reassess what to focus on. I wanted to talk with you about an important topic that we have been talking about a little bit in the past. That's about, who do you contribute the credit for ad spending? So if a customer is converted, let's say the customer pays and purchases, where did the customer come from, and who gets credited for it in the company?
So this is a very, very complicated topic, Simon. I think one podcast is not going to be enough to discuss this.
Yeah.
I have been researching on this topic for quite some time now. Attributing a conversion has been a mystery. Is it your ATL, BTL campaigns that you are running contributing to your sale? Is it your Facebook campaigns that you're running contributing to your sale? Is it your Google campaigns that you're running contributing to your sale? It is not very easy to crack it. I might see an ad right on Sheikh Zayed Road and forget about it. And then when I am on Facebook, I might see that same ad and still forget about it. I might actually come back to Sheikh Zayed Road and I see that ad, and the next time I look at it on Facebook, I'm like, oh, I saw this on Sheikh Zayed Road. Let me click on it. Now, if that is the situation, do you give my conversion matrix to the ad that I saw on Sheikh Zayed Road or the ad that I saw on Facebook? Now, understanding this matrix is not easy. What marketers have done today is take a last click attribution model, which means is whoever got you the last click, you attribute the sale to them. It basically talks more about return on advertising spend rather than return on investment. Do you understand the difference? So advertising spends would mean if I am spending $100 on Facebook,
Yeah.
what is my cost of converting users? So how many users did I get from that $100? If I got 20 users from that $100, that's $5 a conversion, but that is return on advertising spent.
Yeah, I get that. Let me just jump into that story a little bit. Some 2 or 3 months ago, I met this CEO / founder for an investment platform. And he was very excited because he was just going to start a campaign with telemarketing, where people will call people to open up an account to trade on his platform. And I asked him a couple of questions. And one of the questions was, how much do you spend to convert a customer? He said, I don't know. I said, how much of your spending do you get back in revenue, and how much of that leads to profits? No idea he had. So I was like, okay, how much users do you have? He gave me a certain figure. I said, how much of those users generate an average revenue? No idea. And I was like wondering, like, no idea, no idea. And in the end, I found out that he was just boosting up his users because he was going for another round of investing. And he just wanted to show to the investors that I've grown to X figure now in users. To me, it more looked like he was just burning cash. Yeah.
A lot of startups do that. A lot of startups do that. Today, I work for this company called mFilterIt. Our
Yeah.
primary job is to look at fraud that is happening on the digital marketing space. Fraud happens on multiple cases. Bad lead forms get filled up. Installs happen that has got no real users behind. So on your front end, it might look like you have 100,000 users and everybody is logging in. There are events happening. People are adding things to their cart. But that's not happening. That's actually boosted. So bots are doing it. Yeah. Sometimes we have seen people running these campaigns not aware of what's exactly going on and how these things work. What lands up happening is you might have cash to burn for the next 3 months, 4 months. Let's take 2 years. And then what? And then this story also ties into our organic story. See, this is what inorganic growth looks like. You want to grow quickly, show some numbers, get some funding. Yeah. Inorganic growth comes with a lot of terms and conditions apply. Yeah. One of those terms and condition is the fact that there are so many bots today. Every third click on the internet is a bot. Every third click. That's 33% bot already. In some cases, that percentage goes up to 65% bots. So that means you don't know, you have no idea where you're spending your money, who is clicking on your ad, whether your users that are coming on board are actually good or not, whether there is an actual conversion that happened, there was an actual user behind that registration that you saw. You don't know. And unfortunately enough, I have also met with VCs who don't understand this. They look at a user base, they say that, I think there might be 20% fake users, and that's it. This is exactly the conversation that Elon Musk is having with Twitter today.
I was just thinking about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, from the outside, even for us from the outside, we know Twitter cannot be like 5% bots, correct?
Yeah.
We have, it's a gut feeling, you might say, but we know that. Elon Musk came and said the same thing. It cannot be 5%. I think it's 20%. If Elon Musk was so way out of the line, I would have thought by now Twitter would have sued him for defaming the platform, but they did not.
Maybe it's even worse.
You never know. That's the challenge. That's the challenge of spending online. You don't know.
So with your software, you can find out, right?
It's a service which gets integrated with your app or web, whichever side you are of the business, and we will be able to tell you what's going on. If you're spending $100, are you actually spending it on bots or you're spending it on actual human beings? Depending on that, you can optimize your channels, your campaigns, obviously getting you better ROAS.
I have a gut feeling, and maybe you can say if I'm right or not, that on Facebook there's a lot of bots right now.
We all have that gut feeling, don't we? So Facebook is a very different animal altogether. But bots are definitely there. We have seen that with all the election results and how fake posts get boosted. Definitely, bots are there. There's a lot of problems with Facebook. Uh, Rules, regulations. There are multiple different things happening on Facebook. Maybe we shouldn't be touching those topics right now.
Okay.
But if you look at the number of cases against Facebook in the US and the number of discussions they are part of, negative discussions they are part of, you kind of know that there's a lot of things happening in Facebook that shouldn't.
Yeah. So, so this is actually a very good tool to have to assess the quality that you actually have, to see the real data. So, like you're saying, somebody is saying, I have 50,000 users, and they want to pitch to it's a VC or an investor, that you be able to validate that. But also for the founders themselves, the owners themselves, or the management, to say, do we really have 50,000? Where are we really standing? And if we have $100,000 and we spend it on a platform, are they really giving us the viewers, and are there really people clicking on it, right? Because everybody works so hard for their money and is building up everything. It's good to validate things as well, right?
I honestly would think so. If I was running an entire company which dependent on users that I generate online, I think that is the only matrix I would be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Are these users genuine? Today there's a lot of push to get more and more users. Where is the growth? How about understanding that I have a good user base that is interacting with my system and giving me X amount of return? What is going to be my marginal cost to add one more users that will do the exact same thing, rather than getting a bucket load of users who do nothing?
Yeah, like TikTok, for example, it's extremely popular. Users, our engagement is extremely high compared to other platforms. And yeah, if you look at the stuff that is happening there, like, I'm scared every time I open it up, because like it just blows up and just throws at you and that. But apparently for the demographic, it works that are on it, and it's very entertaining, and people are spending a lot of time on it and creating also all kinds of stuff. So you can see there, it's not the biggest platform, but apparently it's yeah, the most populated and active use one right now.
See, multiple things are at play in this particular case when it comes to TikTok. Yes, they have a brilliant algorithm that throws at you recommendation that makes sense to you. So you might open TikTok for 5 minutes and land up being there for 50. And true, they have a great product, but at the same time, what they have understood is the demographic that they're targeting have very short attention span. So they have figured out that I am not going to give them the same content. I'm going to give them so much variety that they are not bored.
Mm-hmm.
And they have done it really, really well.
Yeah.
Everybody else, let's take Facebook for example. Facebook went the other way, saying that, oh, you like cactus, so I'm going to show you a lot of more information about cactus. Twitter figured out you might like cactus, but you might not like it like for 30 minutes. You might want cactus now, then might be a little bit about podcast, and then we will go to tennis, then we will go to cricket, and then we will be back here. So they kind of figured out our attention span has just become too small, and therefore we need a lot of content uh, to be excited about.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing it really well. At the same time, I must tell you, creators in TikTok don't make a lot of money. Creators elsewhere make a lot of money because of the very reason. People on TikTok do not have the attention span to give the creators a lot of time. So what can you do in 30 seconds? What can you talk about in 30 seconds? And therefore, it's a lot of things in play, as I said.
Yeah. No, look, but it is a funny situation as well. I would tell you that. So I put my content in different platforms. And one time the security guard came to me because he saw my video on Facebook. I was like, how the hell did he find my video on Facebook? But that was a project that I was doing together with Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank on their Money Smart community. So it was actually done on their platform, and they had some proper budget. So they also were boosting the videos that we made there. They were educational videos, which was nice to have done and collaborated with. And then a month ago, my laundry delivery guy came to me and said, I saw your video on TikTok. And I was like, what? I said, I saw you on TikTok. And I was like, I know how many people are watching my videos, maximum 200 on TikTok. How the hell did you get it? And he was just happy that he saw me. And he's like, yeah, you talk about financials and investments. I said, yeah, that's correct. Well, good that you found me there, you know. So there's also that randomness that you can reach different type of people on different platforms, which
Honestly, if you use your mobile number,
yeah.
which is with the your laundry guy or your security guy, for these platforms, they will get a recommendation saying that Simon from your contacts is on
Oh
TikTok.
my God. So it's not random at all.
It is not random, but again, you're reaching out to the entire database on your phone, which is not bad
Yeah.
at all.
I didn't even
As I
get
told
permission.
you,
Yeah.
as I told you, if you find 100 people who truly believes in you, you will find the next 10,000 easily.
Yeah.
You need that first 100.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, to get the first 100 is definitely harder than to get, I think, the next 1,000 from 100 to 1,000. Reminds me of what my father said. He said, to get the first 10 clients, it's the hardest thing. To go from 10 to 100, it's easier. And I was like, come on, that cannot be true. But actually, I experienced it myself. My first 10 clients were very difficult. But to go from 10 to 100 was like a different journey.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Deb, so we talked about digital marketing, what's going on now on social media. What other trends do you see now that are relevant in the digital marketing world, which perhaps are getting a lot of attention or perhaps not, but are very important right now in the developments and in the trends and in the impact in your industry?
More and more, I see content playing a huge role in digital marketing. People forgot that content was one of the most important bit of uh, digital marketing play. People went from doing content to directly performance, and then they forgot that content and performance needs to come together to give you results. Now we are seeing them walk that path back, wherein all these teams, which is the content team as well as the product team as well as the performance team, they're working together to find out where that next growth is going to come. We keep hearing about this growth hackers and what they are doing. They're predominantly doing this, figuring it out, what actually works, and then doubling down on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are going to see a lot of that. Voice is becoming very important. You need to be optimized for voice searches. Uh, for some reason, we are getting lazier by the day. People do not want to put in search terms anymore. You want to tell your Alexa and Siri to search for something. So you need to be optimized for voice search. It's getting important
How do
by
you
the
do
day.
that?
There are tools and techniques
Okay.
to do that. You need to be listed, and remember, listing is not enough. You need to be the first one. If you tell Siri, add the best water to my cart, you need to be optimized to have the first position on Siri. or Alexa. You know,
I see.
so all those things are becoming more and more important. AR VR is going to play a lot of roles, augmented reality and virtual reality. So basically, if you look at something online, you would like to know if that dress fits you, or if you're looking for a glass, whether the glass fits you fine. So you will see a lot of these things happening more today. If you go to Lenskart, there is something which is try on. You can just scan your face through your camera and then see how each glasses are going to look on you, and it is pretty accurate. Similar things are happening. Nike did something for their shoes, wherein you can see how the shoes look on your if you're wearing them. So AR VR is also taking that route. And then there is the entire thing of Metaverse. There's a lot of push from a lot of big giants towards Metaverse. Emirates just opened their own Metaverse.
Oh, really?
They started creating NFTs for Emirates. You will hear a lot of these new things coming up, but end of the day, digital marketing or marketing as such remains the struggle to get customer attention towards your brands. So wherever your customer is going, whatever is the new thing that they are interested in, you need to modify soon enough, and adjust soon enough to create content, create channels to reach your customers at that very place.
Yeah. And where do you see, what do you think will be the next social media? Meaning, like, a lot of people went to social media and then they were there like for looks now forever, and became such a big place where you can find billions of people. Do you think there will be something like that again in our lifetime?
We are already seeing it, right? It started with Orkut or MySpace, then MySpace vanished, Orkut came in, Orkut vanished, Facebook came in, and we have seen Facebook reporting numbers lesser
Yeah.
than previous years. Facebook understood that, they bought Instagram. Then Instagram came in, did some, there are more users on Instagram today. At the same time, TikTok came in. So every generation is going to have their own social media. This generation right now is on TikTok, but I am sure there is another generation who's going to hate TikTok in some time, and then they're going to say, "Oh, my mother is on TikTok. I don't want to be there," and that is coming.
Yeah, the young people hate that, by the way. The moment they see their parents on the platform.
That's exactly what happened to Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook
Instagram
became
now as well, right? I mean, I see I don't hate my parents, by the way, but they're also on Instagram for a while already.
No,
Yeah.
Instagram is a little different than other platforms, wherein you can follow a lot of different things, and it's not just your parents out there, but and because it is so visually attractive. Uh, However, when it comes to TikTok, it's all people jumping around. Every time I open TikTok, people are jumping around, and I kind of figured that it's only for young people. Yeah. So now these young people who love TikTok, they are going to go to their 20s and 30s, and then there are going to be teenagers coming up and saying that, "Oh, my mother is out there dancing. I don't want to go there." Or they might want completely different things.
Yeah.
They might actually be all hooked to Meta by then, having their virtual reality sets on and roaming around in the metaverse. So you never know, but yes, definitely we will see um, other social media channels coming up.
Yeah. Do you think that metaverse will be big?
Definitely, but I do not know what they are pushing us towards. Metaverse kind of gives you an idea, or a place to live in, which is not real, right? You can just put on a set of headset, and you are in a reality which is not this.
Yeah.
How long people want to be there, what they want to do, I do not know. But because I see so much of push from so many big brands, it also tells you that they're going to pump in a lot of money for people to be interested in. So I don't know the long term, but in the short term, it will definitely be big.
Okay, so that's one to watch for, to see over the years what will happen. But what I do think, because of course I'm not as a big gamer as other people, but I've had my time online in gaming, and when I did find my game which I really like, and I was playing it online, it was just very exciting. So I think for gamers to have their own game in virtual reality in the metaverse, I think that will be potentially a big thing. But but that's not like let's have an office meeting in the metaverse. That doesn't sound very appealing to me. I'll be like, wow, I already have Zoom, and yeah, that's already, you know, different compared to face to face. So why, what the hell would I go to metaverse for an office meeting?
So I will be very honest here.
Yeah.
2.5 years back, I was not I was not very for work from home,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was pushed on me,
Mm-hmm.
and then it showed me how well you can have a work life balance if you are just working from home. And it is enticing. Today, if somebody tells me that it's completely work from office, I think, why? Why is it just work from office? There should be 2 days work from home, 3 days work from office.
Or choice.
A
Do yeah.
choice, some kind of choice. So it's going to be very similar for metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be pushed on us because they're spending a lot of money to push it on us. Some of us will like it, some of us might not even like it.
Yeah.
So, but it is. I will make that decision when I come to it. I do not today. I do not know.
Okay.
That's my take.
Yeah, and Deb, you're also a speaker. You've gone to many conferences and events where you contributed as a speaker. How was that, and how was your journey in becoming a speaker, and which topics do you like to highlight during your events?
Most of the places that I speak, they are very related to digital marketing, user acquisition, optimization of the channels. But a lot of places, what I see and I love to speak about is what are our governments doing to manage this entire digital channels. We have good rules and regulations around the world when it comes to offline stuff, right?
Yeah.
The governments have a hold of what's going on. When it comes to online things, whether it's the blue whale challenge, challenging users to cut themselves, kill themselves, or whether it goes to hacking, or whether it goes to ad fraud, there are no rules and regulations today. And we need to figure out a champion government which takes a close look at what's going on digitally and makes their stand clear that this is how things are going to happen. Our lawmakers, they don't understand digital completely. Our people who understand digital are not creating the laws. So what is happening and what we have seen happening over and over again is they come up with a law that means nothing, and they think they have done their job. And that is something I am discussing a lot these days, asking the industry, what is it that you are doing to bring in the right laws. Now, I'll give you an example, Simon. Today, the ad fraud on digital marketing is 30%. Yeah?
Okay.
Uh, it is not the same offline. If I tell you, I'm going
Wait.
to give you
30% of every dollar spent is fake?
Every $100 you spend, $30 goes.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. So, which in the offline world, it would mean that I promise you 10 banners across Sheikh Zayed, and I only give you 7, and you should be happy with it. Will you be happy with it?
Absolutely not.
But you're still happy with it when it's on digital, and nobody is doing anything about it. I want to take this discussion further. I would like to ask these questions to relevant people who can help us create those laws that would stop others from stealing. This is stealing.
Of course, this is theft. If I promised you that if you buy for $100, let's say vegetables, apples from me, and I said every apple was $1, and I give you $70, 70 apples worth of $70, you'll be like, excuse me, where's my 30 apples? But here, if they're doing it on such a large scale, they just don't care because they say, wow, on one side they think we will not get caught, people will not know, and even if they know, they cannot punish us. They cannot do anything about it.
Exactly. This is just one of the problems that I am highlighting to you. There are so many more.
Yeah.
So many more, and you need people to sit down, put their head together to come up with laws.
Yeah. So what about the European Commission? I mean, they've been passing some quite big changes now in their in their laws about the big tech companies and supervising them, and ultimately, if you don't follow the rules,
Those are all antitrust and anti-competition laws. They are good in their own way, but that's actually taking care of a very different set of problems. Those are actually industry problems. For example, Google owns Play Store or Apple owns App Store.
yeah,
And what they're saying is because you own these platforms, you show your apps more than the others. That's not done. That's true. That's where you need some laws. But those are still on the very cursory levels. Laws are coming in, but they're not covering the entire scope of things.
yeah. Okay, I get that. So that's actually quite disappointing because then it would take many more years before they actually get to the point that they will even start looking seriously at this. And by the time they pass the laws, then already whatever these guys are doing, they have like optimized it and they
Let
have
me give
found.
you a number. Ad fraud
Yeah.
is a $70 billion market.
Wow.
That's $70 billion getting stolen from advertisers worldwide on a yearly basis. It's not a problem, it's an industry. Today, you can do ad fraud and take that money anywhere, do anything that you want to, right? And they are.
So that's just booked in as what? As profit?
Yes. So whatever they want to, you don't know where your money is going, right?
Yeah, but I do know the reliance that certain big companies have on advertisement. So if I convert that back into this easy way of boosting the revenue, then I'm quite concerned about this, because if regulations come on these companies now, also on antitrust and stuff like this, and on top of that, over the course of years on this as well, then I wish them good luck with their growth.
Absolutely. If you are a numbers person and you handle as many clients as I do, you would look at those numbers and say, this is not possible.
Yeah.
If you are handling 20 clients in this market, which has got 10 million population, and if you see every client of yours get more than 2-3 million clicks a day, you're like, oh dude, that's not possible. That's not possible by any means.
Yeah, yes. You should double guess, you should double check just double check. And if you don't have the tools, then find the tools to double check it.
So, fortunately enough, Google has done a lot of good things. Google Analytics is almost free to use, right? If you use it properly, if you implement it properly, there's a lot of things that you can see which otherwise might not be available to you. And I would honestly suggest using Google Analytics well. There are a lot of videos available on YouTube. Go read, study, implement properly, and you should be good to go.
Yeah. Okay. So my last question for you, Deb, is about your MBA, your executive MBA that you're doing now at the London Business School. How is that going? How's your experience going? And yeah, tell me more about it.
It's been 7 months. I started this Jan. London Business School is a great institution to go and study. The quality of education is very good. But at the same time, I should tell you, it is difficult. It is, there's a lot to do. You have to study a lot. And with your work, you need to figure out the right balance. There are some days I ask myself, why did I do this? And some days I tell myself, thank God I did this. So it goes both way. But I am happy that I'm doing this. It's adding a lot of different ammunitions to my already existing skill sets. And my class is amazing. To learn from your peers who have at an average 15 years of experience itself is brilliant. Every one of my classmates come with great value, and they have their ideas, their experiences which they bring onto the table, and you get to learn from a lot of different people, not just your professors but also your classmates. So it's a very, very good experience.
That's great to hear. And I wish you all the best with that, and just enjoy it and take it how it goes, because yeah, education is a journey that hopefully lasts forever. And thank you so much for coming here, Deb, and for this insightful and wonderful podcast that you did with me, and for the speakers at home. This is Debsena. She is the Vice President Business Development at mFilterIt. Deb, thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you for having me.
And for the people at home, thank you for listening. Goodbye.